like I said, today I want to tell you about the very first commercial Christmas card that sparked off the well-known tradition we have today of giving and receiving season's greetings inside a card wrapped inside an envelope. The year was 1843, and the man who first came up with this simple idea of sending a card addressed to a friend was a gentleman named Henry Cole. Now, Henry Cole was a very influential gentleman and even had a hand in setting up the public record office, now known as the post office. Now, apparently in those days, instead of sending Christmas cards, people liked to send Christmas letters, and it was only polite to send a response. But the problem with these letters is they tended to be quite long. You see, it was people keeping their friends and families updated on what was going on with them in their life. Think of it before the times of Facebook and Instagram, where you couldn't quite easily follow what people were getting up to. The Christmas letter was a way of telling people exactly what was going on in their life and what they've been getting up to throughout the year. And like I said, it was polite to send a response. And of course, now with the introduction of the penny post, which allowed anyone the option of sending a letter anywhere in the country with a penny stamp, business for the post office was booming and more letters than ever were being sent out. But Henry Cole was a very, very popular man. So as you can imagine, he received so many of these letters that responding to every one would have taken up a lot of his time. And as you can imagine, Henry's letters of seasonal greetings were piling up, and he decided he needed a solution to his problem. And Cole went to work and contacted a friend named J.C. Horsley, who was also an artist. And Cole described to him a scene that he had created in his mind. And so Horsley drew a festive scene which consisted of a family celebrating Christmas around a table, and to either side of the artwork showed a separate picture of people lending a helping hand to the poor and the needy. And then the card had a blank space for the sender to write down the receiver's name and a generic message which read, "A Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to you." With the help of Horsley, Cole had created the very first Christmas card. 1,000 copies were printed, but at first the card was not greeted with fondness for a few reasons. Most people really didn't like the idea of sending a simple card and not a full descriptive letter. And then there's also the little problem with the illustration on the card, which seemed to show some children drinking wine, and many thought this would encourage underage drinking. Although it would seem that this little issue wasn't enough to hold back the popularity of the Christmas card, which eventually started to take off as people started to appreciate how convenient a Christmas card could be over the traditional letter. And it wasn't long before Cole's Christmas card started to be copied by others and sent out at Christmas. And now I think we can safely say that the Christmas card is now one of the best loved traditions for the Christmas holiday. And so, I hope that this episode about the very first Christmas card can somehow represent a digital audio Christmas card from me to you. Have a very, very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Oh, and before I go, if you would like to see a picture of Cole's Christmas card, I'll put a link in the description of the show notes so you can click on it and go and see the picture. So I'll say once again, have a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and I'll see you in 2022.